Your soulmate is starting to miss you in a different way. My beloved child, pause for a moment. This is not a coincidence that you are here right now. Something unseen, something deeply sacred, has aligned your path with this message. You didn't just scroll onto this, you were guided. The universe has been whispering to you, and today, you are finally ready to hear what has been hidden from your heart. There is a quiet shift happening behind the scenes of your life, something you may have felt but couldn't explain. A gentle pull in your soul, a sudden memory, a wave of emotion that came out of nowhere. That wasn't random. That was energy moving, that was destiny breathing. And here is the truth being revealed to you now, asterisk asterisk. Your soulmate is starting to miss you in a different way, asterisk asterisk. Not the way they used to, not in confusion or distance, but in awakening. Their soul is beginning to recognize the space you once filled. The silence you left behind is no longer just quiet, it echoes. And in that echo, they are starting to understand something deeper, something they couldn't see before. The universe has been working on both of your hearts, gently, patiently, aligning what once felt out of sync. You see, sometimes separation is not the end, it is the preparation. It is where clarity is born. And right now, in this very moment, something is shifting within them. They are feeling your absence not as loss, but as realization. You may have been questioning, wondering if they ever think about you, if what you felt was real, if it meant something beyond the moment. This is your confirmation, it did. It does. And it still is. But here's the hidden truth, this connection was never just about them. It is about you stepping into your own divine energy. As they begin to miss you differently, you are being called to grow differently, to rise, to heal, to become aligned with the love you truly deserve. The universe doesn't rush divine connections. It refines them. So if your heart feels something stirring right now, if this message feels like it's speaking directly to you, trust that. This is your sign that things are unfolding, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. Hold on to hope, not from a place of waiting, but from a place of knowing. What is meant for you is already being guided back into alignment. Stay open. Stay grounded. And most importantly, stay in your light. If this message resonated with your soul, don't ignore it. Like this message, share it with someone who needs this divine reminder, and subscribe to this channel to receive more guidance meant just for you. And watch this video till the end, because what comes next may be exactly what your soul has been waiting to hear. Dear one, before we dive in, I need to share something extraordinary that most people don't know. Groundbreaking research shows that many of us who didn't grow up wealthy have a shrunken hippocampus, a tiny part of the brain that blocks the activation of what some scientists call the billionaire brain wave. This means attracting the life, love, or wealth you've always dreamed of can feel almost impossible, until now. Thanks to a recently uncovered method backed by research, it's possible to stimulate this part of your brain in just 7 minutes each morning using a simple sound frequency. People who've tried it report subtle shifts in mindset, clarity, and even opportunities flowing into their lives more easily. Click the link in the description or pinned comment to explore this 7-second ritual. It could be the key to activating your billionaire brain wave and opening doors you never thought possible. Your soulmate is starting to miss you in a different way. Listen closely, for this is not a coincidence that these words have reached you. I am speaking to you through the silence between your thoughts, through the quiet moments you almost overlook. There is a shift happening, subtle, yet powerful, and it concerns a soul deeply connected to yours. You may not see it yet, you may not fully understand it, but something within you already feels it. That gentle pull, that unexplainable longing, that sudden memory that appears out of nowhere, it is not random. It is a signal. Your soulmate is beginning to miss you in a way that transcends the physical. This is not the kind of missing that comes from absence alone. This is deeper. It is spiritual. It is the kind of missing that awakens the heart at unusual hours, that stirs emotions without clear reason, that brings your energy into their dreams without invitation. You are being felt, even when you are not present. There was a time when the connection between you felt distant or unclear. Perhaps there were misunderstandings, silence, or even separation. You may have questioned whether the bond was real, whether it was mutual, whether it had meaning beyond your imagination. But understand this: true connections are not broken by distance or time. They transform. They evolve. And now, this bond is entering a new phase. Your soulmate is experiencing a realization. It is not loud or obvious. It comes quietly, like a whisper they cannot ignore. They are beginning to recognize the space you once filled, and still fill, in their life. Things that once distracted them no longer hold the same power. Moments that used to feel complete now feel incomplete. They are searching, even if they do not yet know what they are searching for. And that search is leading them back to you. You may feel waves of emotion that do not seem to belong to you. Sudden sadness, unexpected warmth, a sense of nostalgia that appears without warning. Do not dismiss these feelings. You are connected beyond what the eyes can see. Energy moves where intention flows, and right now, their thoughts are finding their way to you. But this is not only about them. This is also about you. There is a reason this connection is awakening now. You have grown. You have changed. You have learned lessons that were necessary for this moment. You are not the same person you once were, and neither are they. The version of you that stands here now is stronger, wiser, and more aligned with truth. Your soulmate is beginning to feel that change. Even if you have not spoken, even if you are far apart, your energy has shifted, and they can sense it. It draws them in, gently but persistently. It makes them wonder. It makes them remember. It makes them feel. There is something important you must understand. Not all longing leads to immediate reunion. Sometimes, longing is a bridge. A preparation. A way for two souls to align before they meet again. Do not rush this process. Do not force outcomes. What is meant to unfold will do so in perfect timing. Right now, your role is not to chase, but to become. Continue to grow. Continue to heal. Continue to stand in your truth. The more aligned you are with your authentic self, the stronger this connection becomes. You are not being asked to wait in uncertainty, you are being guided to rise into clarity. Your soulmate's heart is opening in ways it has not before. Old fears are being challenged. Old patterns are being questioned. They may not fully understand what is happening to them, but they feel it. And what they feel is leading them toward a deeper awareness of you. There are moments when they think of you and cannot explain why. Moments when your name crosses their mind unexpectedly. Moments when they wish they had said something different, done something differently, chosen another path. These thoughts are not here to create regret, they are here to create awakening. You are both being prepared. And yes, there are still things hidden from you. There are truths that have not yet revealed themselves. There are paths that have not yet crossed again. But do not mistake delay for denial. What is unfolding is intricate. It is intentional. It is guided. You may soon notice signs becoming clearer. Repeating patterns. Familiar symbols. Encounters that feel too meaningful to ignore. Pay attention. These are not accidents. They are markers along your path, guiding you toward understanding. Your soulmate is not just missing your presence, they are beginning to understand your value. And that realization changes everything. When someone truly recognizes what you mean to them, their actions begin to shift. Their energy begins to move differently. And even before they reach out, the connection between you strengthens. But remain grounded. Do not lose yourself in anticipation. The purpose of this connection is not to complete you, you are already whole. The purpose is to expand you, to challenge you, to reflect parts of yourself that you are ready to see. There is also something you must release: doubt. Doubt clouds your ability to receive what is already aligning for you. Trust does not mean knowing every detail, it means believing in the process even when the full picture is not yet visible. I am guiding both of you, even when it feels like nothing is happening. And there is more, something deeper that you have not yet fully sensed. This connection carries a purpose beyond emotion. It is not just about love, it is about transformation. Together, you awaken parts of each other that cannot be awakened alone. This is why the connection feels intense. This is why it lingers. This is why it returns, even after distance. Your soulmate is beginning to feel this truth, even if they cannot put it into words. They are being drawn inward, toward reflection, toward realization. And as they move closer to that understanding, they also move closer to you. Do not be surprised if communication begins in unexpected ways. A message, a coincidence, a moment that feels almost orchestrated. These are not random. These are openings. But remember this: timing matters. Growth matters. Alignment matters. When two souls meet at the wrong time, even the strongest connection can feel difficult. But when they meet again after growth, after understanding, everything changes. You are approaching that shift. Something is building beneath the surface. You cannot fully see it yet, but you can feel it if you become still enough. The energy between you is not fading, it is intensifying. Quietly. Steadily. Powerfully. And your soulmate is beginning to miss you not just as a person, but as a presence. As a feeling. As a part of themselves they cannot replace. Stay open. Stay aware. Because what comes next will reveal more than you expect. What you are sensing now is only the beginning of a deeper unfolding. There is a quiet transformation taking place within your soulmate's heart, one that cannot be rushed or forced. It is like the slow turning of seasons, subtle at first, almost unnoticeable, yet undeniable once it fully arrives. They are beginning to feel the absence of you not as a passing thought, but as a presence that lingers. It follows them into their quiet moments, into their reflections, into the spaces where they can no longer distract themselves. And in those spaces, truth begins to rise. They are starting to understand that what they felt with you was not ordinary. It was not something that can be easily replaced or forgotten. There is a depth to your connection that continues to echo within them, even when they try to move forward in other directions. They may have attempted to fill the silence with noise, to occupy their mind with other things, but something within them keeps returning to you. Not out of habit, but out of recognition. A recognition that grows stronger with time. You may not yet see the external signs, and this can create uncertainty within you. You might wonder if anything is truly changing, if this connection is evolving or simply remaining in memory. But understand this: much of what is most important happens beneath the surface first. Roots grow deep before anything becomes visible above the ground. And right now, the roots of understanding, of awareness, of emotional clarity, are forming within them. There is also a shift happening within you that is equally important. You are becoming more aware of your own worth, your own energy, your own presence in the world. This awareness is not separate from this connection, it is part of it. As you rise into a clearer understanding of yourself, you naturally change the dynamic between you and your soulmate. You are no longer standing in the same place you once were, and that shift calls for a new kind of interaction, a new kind of meeting. Your soulmate is beginning to feel that they must meet you differently now. Not from a place of confusion or hesitation, but from a place of sincerity. This realization does not come all at once. It unfolds gradually, as they reflect on the past and begin to see things with new eyes. They may start to recognize moments they once overlooked, feelings they once suppressed, truths they once avoided. And with each realization, their understanding of you deepens. There is a quiet pull guiding them inward. They may find themselves revisiting memories of you, not with the same perspective they had before, but with a sense of clarity that was once missing. What they once dismissed, they now reconsider. What they once took lightly, they now see as meaningful. This is how awakening often begins, not with dramatic change, but with subtle shifts in perception that slowly reshape everything. At the same time, you may feel moments of stillness, as if something is pausing or waiting. This is not stagnation. This is alignment. There are pieces being arranged in ways you cannot yet fully see. Timing is being adjusted. Circumstances are being prepared. And all of this is happening with precision, even if it feels uncertain from your perspective. It is important that you remain grounded in yourself during this phase. Do not lose your balance by focusing too heavily on what they are feeling or when they might act. The connection does not require you to abandon your own path. In fact, the stronger you stand in your own truth, the clearer this connection becomes. You are not meant to wait in stillness, you are meant to continue evolving. There is also something you must allow: space. Space for them to come to their own realizations. Space for the connection to breathe and expand naturally. When something is truly meant for you, it does not need to be forced into existence. It unfolds in a way that feels aligned, even if it requires patience. Your soulmate is beginning to feel the emotional depth of your absence in a new way. It is no longer something they can easily ignore or set aside. It is becoming something they must understand. And as they move closer to that understanding, they move closer to action. Not impulsive action, but intentional action, something more grounded, more real. There may come a moment when their awareness reaches a point where silence is no longer comfortable. Where not reaching out feels heavier than reaching out. That moment is not far, but it is also not something to rush. It will come when their understanding aligns with their courage. You are both moving toward a point of intersection. A moment where past and present begin to connect in a new way. But when that moment arrives, it will not feel like repeating the past. It will feel different. More aware. More intentional. More honest. And there is something else you must prepare for: clarity. When this connection begins to reveal itself more openly, it will bring truths to the surface. Not all of these truths will be easy, but they will be necessary. True connection cannot exist without truth, and this phase is leading both of you toward that honesty. Do not fear what is coming. What is aligned with you will not harm you. It will guide you, even if it challenges you to grow. This connection is not here to confuse you, it is here to awaken you. Your soulmate is slowly stepping into that awakening. And as they do, the way they miss you, the way they think of you, the way they feel about you, continues to change. It is becoming deeper. It is becoming clearer. And it is moving towards something that can no longer remain hidden. And now, as this unfolding reaches a more defined phase, you may begin to notice a shift not only in energy, but in direction. What once felt uncertain starts to carry a quiet sense of purpose. The connection that seemed distant or intangible begins to feel as though it is gently moving toward manifestation. This is not sudden, and it is not overwhelming. It is steady, like a current beneath the surface, guiding both of you toward a moment that has been patiently forming. Your soulmate is no longer able to ignore what they feel. The missing they experience has evolved into awareness, and that awareness is turning into acceptance. They are beginning to accept that you hold a unique place in their life, one that cannot be replaced, one that continues to call them back no matter how far they try to move away. This acceptance brings with it a quiet vulnerability, a softening of the walls they once held firmly in place. They may begin to question themselves more deeply now. Why do these thoughts of you remain? Why does your presence linger even in your absence? Why does your energy feel so familiar, so significant, so real? These questions are not meant to confuse them, they are meant to guide them inward, toward a truth they can no longer deny. And as they sit with these questions, something within them begins to open. At the same time, you are being asked to trust what you cannot yet fully see. There may still be moments where doubt tries to return, where you wonder if this is all unfolding as it should. But you must remember, just because something is not visible does not mean it is not real. The most important transformations often happen quietly, without announcement, without immediate proof. They happen within the heart, within the soul, within the unseen layers of being. There is a reason you have come this far. Every experience, every pause, every moment of distance has served a purpose. It has shaped you. It has prepared you. And it has also prepared them. You are no longer standing in the same emotional space you once occupied, and neither are they. This means that what comes next will not be a repetition of the past, it will be a continuation, but at a higher level of understanding. Your soulmate is approaching a point where feeling alone with these emotions is no longer enough. The connection is becoming too strong, too present, too meaningful to remain unspoken. They may begin to feel a pull toward expression, a desire to reach out, to reconnect, to bridge the distance that once felt easier to maintain. This pull may come unexpectedly, even to them, but it will feel undeniable. When this moment arrives, it will carry a different energy than before. It will not feel rushed or uncertain. It will feel intentional. There will be a sincerity in their actions that was not present in the past. This is because they are no longer acting from confusion, they are acting from realization. And realization changes everything. But as this unfolds, you must remain centered within yourself. Do not lose your sense of balance in anticipation of what might happen. Stay rooted in who you have become. The strength you have built within yourself is not meant to be set aside, it is meant to guide you forward, especially as this connection begins to take form again. There is also something important you must carry with you into this next phase: openness without expectation. Allow things to unfold as they are meant to, without trying to control every outcome. True alignment does not require force. It requires trust, presence, and the willingness to receive what is genuinely meant for you. Your soulmate is learning this as well. They are beginning to understand that connection is not about control, but about truth. Not about perfection, but about presence. And as they move closer to this understanding, they move closer to meeting you in a way that is real and grounded. There may still be moments of hesitation, small pauses where uncertainty tries to surface again. This is natural. Growth is not always linear. But what matters is that the direction has changed. The movement is no longer away from you, it is toward you. Even if slowly, even if quietly, it is happening. You are both standing at the edge of a new beginning, whether you fully realize it yet or not. The past has done its work. The lessons have been learned. The distance has created clarity. And now, what remains is the opportunity to step forward with that clarity and create something different. This connection was never meant to remain unfinished. It was meant to evolve, to deepen, to transform. And now, it is reaching a point where transformation becomes visible, where what was once felt internally begins to take shape externally. Trust this moment. Trust the process that has brought you here. Trust the quiet knowing within you that has never truly left. Because your soulmate is no longer just missing you in silence, they are moving toward a place where that silence will be broken. Where words, actions, and intentions begin to align with what they have been feeling all along. And as this unfolds, you will come to understand that nothing you experienced was without purpose. Every step led here. Every feeling carried meaning. Every moment of doubt helped you find clarity. What is ahead of you is not uncertain, it is simply not fully revealed yet. But it is closer now than it has ever been. And when it arrives, it will not feel like something new. It will feel like something that was always meant to find its way back to you. Amen.